Hello and welcome to Halftime, where we reignite your dreams. I'm so happy that you are here. Thank you for coming. I hope that you had enough time to catch or recap what we covered in An Unbusy Year, the masterclass that we've either done together in January, or if you haven't been there, then I hope you had some time to catch up on it. And this is going to be amazing. I hope that you are going to leave this masterclass with the feeling that I can do anything. That is my intention. That by the end of this masterclass, you have that fire inside you and that feeling inside you that tells you that you can do anything you want to do, because that is what I believe to be true. So I wanted to kind of start with a question. Have you ever wondered, have you ever contemplated, why do we all have different dreams? I've never met two people with the same goals, the same dreams, the same things that they wanted, the same value system. I've never met two people who would tell me that they want the exact same thing. Often relationship, really good ones, break up because people want different things. They have very different aspirations in life. Different things are important to them. Have you ever wondered why that is? Well, I think it is because the universe gave you the dreams, the aspirations, the goals that you have in your mind, because you truly have something to do with those. There's a purpose that you may or may not be aware of, and at this point, that's not even relevant. If you are aware of your purpose, that is fantastic. But if you don't have that very long-term vision and all you can see is what's in front of you, the next 6 months or maybe the next year and a half, that's absolutely fine. Because the dreams that drop into your mind are not accidental. They were meant to be there. If you are dreaming of big things, you were meant to be dreaming about those, because the universe knows that you are the one who is capable of delivering on those dreams. The universe doesn't give huge aspirations to people who are not capable of delivering on them. And I'm sure that you've met people who would tell you things like, I'm only in this job for the money. I don't really care. I just want to have like a nice, comfortable life. I don't have any like big visions, big dreams. And that is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are here and you are listening to me, you are not that kind of person. You have dreams. And you know, deep inside your soul, you just have this inner knowing that there's more. Life is not just what you are living right now. Life can be, and life is more. And I love the era of the internet for this, that we can see examples of people who are super similar to us having more life, more money, better experiences. And that really gives us not just hope. This is more than hope. It gives us evidence that all of it is possible. Everything you dream of is possible. And because you have the dream that you have, because you have the goal that you have, because you had the idea, even the idea that just kind of like drops into you, like what if I could do that? What if I could achieve that? What if that was possible? Even the idea is not by accident, because it came to you. It didn't go to anyone else, it came to you. And suddenly, as we go through life, I'm sure you had these moments when you keep doing something repetitively, subconsciously, on autopilot, and suddenly you're like questioning it. It's just a small idea that pops in your mind, like, what if? And I'll give you a very small example. What if I stop eating breakfast? Because it always makes me feel so funny. Right when I wake up, I can't really eat. I don't really have the appetite. What if I just don't do it? And people say it's the most important meal of the table, but it doesn't make me feel good. What if I just stop doing it and I eat when I'm actually feeling hungry? I drink a lot of water. I will hydrate myself. I will have a lovely herbal tea, whatever it is. What if I just do what feels right for me inside my own body? What if I just do what I feel would nurture me better? It's just a small idea that comes to you. And suddenly you're questioning something that you've been probably doing for many, many, many years. And you wonder, why did I not think about this previously? When you make some of like these tiny, tiny tweaks and they turn out to be like the best thing ever, you suddenly wonder, why did I not think of that earlier? And that's for so many reasons. Because you were not ready, because you didn't have the awareness, because you were not living intentionally enough to actually notice how you're feeling, because you were not ready to question the BS that has been there for absolutely ever, or maybe you were not ready to confront someone in your life who would not react well to your new decisions. There's so many tiny aspects of like, why did it not come earlier? Why did I not know this? Why haven't found this book earlier? Why haven't found this mentor, this coach, this video, this message earlier? Why did I not do this process that we're talking about? You know, the I'm busy year, like evaluating your year, and then exactly at the half of the year coming back to it, where you're doing, now maybe you're doing this for the first time and you wonder like, why did this never occur to me? Well, you were just probably not ready. It was just not the right time. This is the right time. If you're here and you're listening, this is what was meant to happen, because you have that seed, and if you planted it, maybe you just didn't attend to it too much. Maybe it just needs a bit more water. Maybe it just needs a bit more care. Maybe it just needs a bit more compost, a bit more vitamins to be able to come to life. Maybe it's just a tiny little thing missing to finally make it happen. And I'm hoping that if that's the case, you will get that tiny little thing on this masterclass so that you can move forward and make this happen. But I truly believe that the universe gave you all of those thoughts, ideas, dreams in your mind because you matter. You matter. You matter enough for the universe to trust you to give you these. You matter so much that you had an idea, an aspiration, a goal, a dream, and the universe believes that you can do it. You can do it. And maybe you're not seeing results, and that is fine. When we want something and it really feels true, and in order to know whether something feels true or not, you really have to like learn to drop inside, listen in words, and then you will start to hear your intuition again. And you will start to be able to listen in words and make that decision. Is this truly what I want to do? Or is this just an external influence coming into my mind and it's ego-based? The only way to decide whether something's an ego-based aspiration or a true one is to sit down, meditate, drop inside your own body and feel it. And you can do this in the Unbusy app. There are so many meditations. that will help you to drop inside and just listen inwards and find out what is your inner truth. No one can tell you. No one has got the answers to what is your own inner truth but you. And it's so easy to access it if you stop being so busy. If you just stop, breathe, feel, allow, connect with yourself, connect with the earth, ground yourself, touch a bit of grass, sand, soil, just ground yourself, touch a bit of mud. Like, there's nothing like it, nothing like grounding yourself in nature. Quiet the mind, find out what is your inner truth. And when you know that this is your truth, you can absolutely develop faith that this is going to happen, even when you're not seeing the results yet. And there's a path. So initially you are optimistic, then you start to believe that this is possible. Then you start to see evidence that it's possible in other people, and that is very, very helpful. And then you hope. You hope, you believe. You hope, you believe. And when you are kind of done with that dance between being optimistic, hoping, believing, and then dropping back into like, oh no, then seeing a bit more evidence, then hoping and believing, then eventually you fall into trust. And trust is deeper than belief. But both are necessary. You need to believe in something, and then when you believe in something, then you can trust that it will happen. It's like with people. If somebody tells you that I'm going to be there at 4 o'clock tomorrow, you have to believe what they say in order to trust that they're actually going to be there. Like if you trust someone, you're gonna go to the location and you're like, right, they're gonna be here, right? You don't question it, you don't stress out about it. None of that is happening because you believed it and you trust that they are coming. And even if they don't come, if that person has like a trustworthy record with you, you would think like that it must be an emergency. It must be an emergency because they never do this. That like they would never let me down otherwise, right? Whilst if it's a person who would let you down constantly, then what you would think is, I don't really believe you're going to be there. I don't really trust you. I hope that you see the correlation between belief and trust, but belief has to come first, and then you can fall into trust. When it comes to the universe, dreams, and manifestation, that's definitely the order. So I hope that you can do that little practice, ground yourself and find out what's your truth. But you matter so much, and the universe dropped those ideas into your head so that you can make them happen. And often we don't prioritize these things because there's fear. There's so much fear. What if I fail? What if it doesn't go as planned? What if it turns out I can't even make this happen? What if? There's fear. But there's a funny kind of fear when it comes to dreams, to reality that we want to make happen, but it's not here yet. It's a funny kind of fear because it's the fear of the pain that I am going to feel if things don't go as planned. So it's the fear of the future me that won't be able to cope with the feelings that I am going to have. And that's a funny kind of fear because We don't know who we are going to be. We don't know how we are going to feel, but we are projecting a kind of pain that we believe we would not be able to carry. And that's just so not true on so many levels. First of all, you can carry way more pain than you ever thought possible. And if you've ever went through something tragic or hard, you know that. You know that. I understand why you would never want to experience that again, but you can go through so much more pain than you ever thought possible. And it probably, when it comes to aspirations, it probably won't even hurt as much as you think it will. Because it's a process, you become a different person. It's not the you who are you today that will have to deal with it. It's like you're like 6 months down the line, or a year down the line, or like 10 years down the line when you will have to deal with that. It's not the same you. It's like you have this road in front of you and you have multiple cars running on it at different speeds. And you are projecting the future, but you forget that all the cars are coming. Like, it's not like you park here, your personality stays the same, your identity stays the same, you stay the same, and everything else goes on. And then this version of you will have to deal with your problems in 6 months. No, all the cars are driving, all the cars are going, you are going, your problems, technology is going, your dreams are going to evolve. Everything is an evolution. We are constantly growing into new versions of ourselves. Sometimes it's a slower process when a person isn't doing too much personal development. It's a very slow process. It may take decades for them to change a little bit. But when you're doing personal development daily or, frequently, you change at an incredible speed. Like, people will say things like, "You've changed so much. You're a different person. I recognize you. It's the same face, but you're an entirely different person." If you haven't seen someone for 6 months and you meet and you've done a lot of personal development, that's what you will often get from them. Like, "Oh my goodness, you're a completely different kind of person. Like, how did this even happen?" And that's so cool because it's kind of like proof that all of those cars, in your lanes are going at a speed, not necessarily the same, but it's all moving together. So don't forget that. And this kind of fear of like, what kind of pain will I experience in the future? This is not something that we can just magically make go away. It's not that the kind of thing. It's come from your ego, it's coming from your mind. We can't make it go away, but this is the kind of fear that we can hold the hand of. We can invite, it's a mindfulness technique, you can invite this fear to sit on a bench and talk to you. And it's a magical experience. If you've done some meditation and you're, not completely new to it, but if you can drop inside and find the fear, identify it, as we do in EFT, identify the shape, the color, the size, and then invite the fear to just sit out on a bench in front of you. It's like a magic wand. You can feel the fear leaving your body and actually sitting there. And then you can say, "Right, listen, I know you are here. I acknowledge you. You have all of my attention." Because that's the other thing. We never give this fear attention. We're like, "Go away, go away, go away, go away." And then we're not feeling it. It's not going to go away like that. But you kind of like look your fear in the eye. Why is it sitting there on the bench in the way that you imagined it? It leaves your body so you can talk to it. And your intention is here that I know you are here. I acknowledge you. You have all of my attention. I want us to walk together. I'm going to do this anyway. You better come with me. And it's a fantastic technique to walk with this kind of fear. Alternatively, if you're experiencing quite a bit of anxiety and this fear tends to grow quite big, what you can do is imagine that you are in the desert. And again, you identify a fear, the shape, the size, the color, and you invite it to come out in front of you and you put it down in the desert. It's important that you're in the desert because there's infinite space around you, empty space around you, right? So you see this and you're stepping backwards, you're going backwards until you can no longer feel it and see it. Because when you distance your true self from the fear of the ego, you can feel that. You can blow up this fear as big as you want, then you put it out and you just distance yourself from it. And the further away you get from the fear, the less you will feel it. And when you don't feel it, you can think clearly. You can get some clarity over what is the truth. Because we don't want your fear to drive you. We really don't want you to make your choices and judge your ability to achieve something or not achieve something based on that inherent fear that's just inside because we are human. We want to learn tools and techniques to distance ourselves from this kind of fear so that we can gain clarity and we can see truly what the answers are. Because all of the answers that you seek are inside you. Nobody else can answer any big question of your life. All of the answers are inside you. It's just that you need to develop the skill, the ability to be able to listen in words and hear the answers. But all of it is inside you. And when you learn to use tools to get a distance from this kind of like fear of what if everything just goes wrong, then it becomes a lot easier for you to listen inwards. And I love these techniques. Give them a try. If you have a coach or a mentor or a really good friend, then let them guide you whilst you are doing this, and it's a little bit easier, especially if it's your first time doing this. And when you get to this point, you have the power to choose. You always have the power, you just forget it. And we often give our power away to everything, to circumstances, to other people, to illness, to our childhood. We develop a victimhood mentality when, poor me, it's not my fault. And it is true, it is not your fault, but it is your responsibility to step up to whatever happened with you in your life. Because there's nobody coming to save you. Absolutely nobody coming to save you. You are the only person who can step up and take responsibility to make yourself feel good. You have so much power in you to choose your thoughts, therefore, to decide how you feel, what you think about, how your thoughts are taking you out of negativity, out of depression, out of victimhood, or how they spiral you down further inside. It is all in your power. We just forget about it, and we pack up all our power in a suitcase and we kind of like send it far away because it's so much easier to live without power. It's so much easier to just feel bad all day, every day, and blame everyone for it. Blame the government, blame your parents, blame your ex-husband, blame your children or your spouse or anyone, your brothers, your sisters, your boss, your co-workers. It's so much easier to sit and blame and be very sorry for yourself. But if you're here and you're listening to this, this is not your path. Because you remember, you matter so much that the universe dropped these dreams and these goals inside your mind, and they are bothering you because you want to make them happen. So you are not meant to be sitting in victimhood, blaming everyone else. And I know it's very painful when you're in this place to be reminded that you have power and you can choose how you feel. And you are responsible for your thoughts, for your decisions, for your reactions, for the feelings that you feel, for the thoughts you allow in your head. Be kind to yourself inside your head. Learn to become your best friend inside your own thoughts. It will help you tremendously with any kind of mental health, anxiety, fear, all of that stuff. When you're kind with yourself inside your head, you talk to yourself as the kindest person you know, your life will completely change. Completely. Kindness and compassion towards yourself quickly turns into self-love. And self-love is the biggest gift you can give yourself. And when you truly learn, because we need to learn this. If you truly learn to love yourself, then suddenly the world opens up because you are a different vibration. You resonate differently with people and you love others differently. The people who, I'm sure you have a person you're around them and you just feel safe, loved, seen, heard, all the things. They make you feel special. Those people love themselves enough to make good decisions and feel good. And because of that, they have this vibe. They have this happy vibe and you can feel it. Everybody's energy gets into the rooms before they do, even virtually. Even virtually, you can just feel it. You look at someone on socials, you can feel the vibe. You can feel the vibe. Is it the good vibe? Is it the bad vibe? I can absolutely feel it. And I'm not listening to bad vibe people. Neither should you. And when you become a person who loves themselves, and my favorite sentence is, love yourself enough to make the right choice. For you, not for someone else, for you. Love yourself enough to make the right choice. If that would be the only goal we have in this lifetime, I think that would be enough. Because if you love yourself enough, then you will be respectful to others. You will be kinder to everyone. You will make better choices for you, for the planet, and for other people. Because you love yourself enough to care. When you love yourself enough, you start to care about yourself, about your spouse, your children, your family, your friends, your co-workers, and then the world as a wider place. You will care about the planet, you will care about the animals, you will care about the environment, because you love yourself enough to care. You love yourself enough to move a bit, to walk, to exercise, to cut down on damaging things to your body like sugar and alcohol and the other things that the nutrition people tell us, I'm sure you're listening to all the podcasts as well. We all try to be healthier, but then did you cut down your screen time? Did you listen to information about like what nutrition you need? Love yourself enough to educate yourself to make the right choices for you. What's important for you? And when you love yourself enough, you will feel the power, because you no longer feel that helplessness of like, oh, just please someone finally help me, tell me what to do. You know what to do. All of the answers are inside of you, and you just need to develop that awareness to see and to notice that you've given your power away to the situation, to other people. Take it back. Take it back step by step. This is not something that works from one day to the other, but start today. Start today. Make one good decision, a conscious decision, when you ask yourself, if I would love myself enough, what would I do? The next time you are procrastinating something that would take you a tiny little bit closer to those aspirations, goals, and dreams that you set for yourself for this year, and you're not on a track to achieve them the way you imagined you would, next time you are procrastinating or doing something different, or giving your money, your attention, your time to something different than the thing that would take you to the right path to achieve what you want in life, ask yourself, what would I do if I would love myself enough to make the right choice? What would I do? And then drop, meditate, breathe, listen inwards, and feel the intuition, and you will have the answer. You will have the answer. Because every time we tell us like, oh, I deserve another day of rest, when I'm just not doing anything and I'm just binge watching Netflix and I'm eating ice cream. That's very ego-based. I want you to know that your ego doesn't love you enough. It is feeding off of negativity, drama, lots of drama, and self-hate. When you override what your soul wants with the arguments from the ego, when you override it, you will feel bad. That is your internal compass. When you feel bad, when you just genuinely, you're like, ooh, no. That is your internal compass telling you you're not doing the right thing. You're not on the right path. Even I often experience this, maybe you did too, like I remember when I was a child, I would get into an argument with my parents, and this was not modeled to me correctly, so the reason I did this was based on what I've seen. So let's say I wanted to eat ice cream, okay? And I would get in an argument of like, no, you can't have ice cream, da, 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 da. But I really wanted to eat the ice cream. And then the argument escalated to the point where I would feel so bad because I'm emotionally so distant from my parents that my soul would tell me to just stop, just apologize, just repair. We need the connection. But then my ego and my conditioning would jump in saying, no, we're too proud to do that. We're just too proud to apologize. We can't do that. It's humiliating. Like, no, we need to stand by this and carry on with this argument. And sometimes they were like tiny things, like what do I want to wear, or, wanting to eat something or whatever, that would escalate to such a point that it would cause me to feel bad for 3 to 4 days. Instead of just listening in words, and obviously you need to like learn this or see this modeled when you're a kid, but as an adult you can learn this. Just de-escalate it consciously. Because if you're only listening to your ego, the drama will just go on and on and on and on, and it will literally make you feel bad for days. In worst circumstances, I've seen people, even siblings, not speaking with each other for 25 or more years because they had a single argument. One. And instead of listening to the sound inside, telling them, just apologize, just it's family, you're related, you need your tribe. No, they are listening to the ego. No, I'm not going to do that. I just hate you. I'm not going to talk to you. You're not a nice person. So many people do this, and some people in my extended family have died before they could settle a rather silly argument. An argument certainly not worth not talking to your sibling for an entire lifetime, because I know what the argument was. It was not worth it. Absolutely not. But that's how strong the ego can be. That's how strong its need for drama can be. This is why we love the news. I mean, I don't, but a lot of people love the news because it's like drama, negativity, like, what? That happened? Oh my God. We can like freak out. We can get angry. We can have all of these like negative feelings inside us. And that is what is feeding the ego. And anything clickbait is typically negative because it's drama. It's feeding the ego. Because it's so strong, we give all of our power away to the things that don't serve us. Because nobody taught us to love ourselves enough to make the right choice. I hope that helps you to see with a little difference, with a different perspective, with a different lens, how this works. And next time you're making a decision, just drop into your body and ask yourself, if I love myself enough to make the right choice, what would I do? And please don't forget, you matter so much. You matter so much just because you're here, just because you have dreams, you have goals, you have aspirations. You belong to where you are. You are where you need to be. You belong in your own life. You matter so much. And you absolutely need to remember that you are powerful beyond imagination. You just need to take some steps in the everyday to take that power back. Take that power back. And now I would like you to just drop inside your body for a minute. Just close your eyes. Let's take a deep breath. And I would like you to think about one aspiration that you set for this year that you haven't quite done enough for in order to achieve it. Could be anything, could be small or big, but just the first thing that comes to your mind, just think about one thing. And now I would like you to ask yourself, why is this important to me? Why is this important to me? If you're not receiving an answer right now, I would like if you would sit with this for a few minutes after this masterclass, when it's, there's a quiet environment around you. Maybe get your journal out. Maybe take a hot shower or hot bath. Take your journal out. Do your rituals, get crystal, get candle, anything you enjoy, and ask yourself, take a goal. and ask yourself, why is this important for me? Some of your goals may not actually be important for you. Some of them may be ego-based, and I would like you to filter those out. If you want to achieve something to please other people, or to look good in front of other people, then I would like you to filter that out. Because anything that you don't truly want is going to be so much harder to achieve, because you don't really want it. You just want it to like look good in front of someone or please someone. Your parents, your spouse, your children, I don't know, people. I really like one of my mentors would say, why are you so worried about what people think? People who? Why are you worried about what someone would think about your party when they're not even invited? People who? If you are doing something for people, then really do ask yourself, people who? Who am I doing this for? Whose opinion am I worried about? Who do I want to please? People who? Are those people important? Do you even know those people? Have you invited them to your party? To your life? To your house? People who? I love this. It was absolutely life-changing when I heard this for the first time. I hope it will be for you as well. Like, oh, I'm so worried what people are going to say. People who? Which ones? The ones that don't care about you? The ones that don't listen to you? The ones you never met before? People who are you exactly worried about? If you go back to who you were on the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd of January, when you set out your goals, I want you to see the difference between who you were 6 months ago and who you are today. Because you're not the same person anymore. You're not the same person anymore. And the next step is for you to think about, who are you going to be on the 31st of December 2024? Who are you going to be at the end of this year? What kind of person are you going to grow into, evolve into? Who are you going to be? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine what would happen if in the next 6 months you woke up every day thinking, I matter, I was chosen to have these goals, dreams, and aspirations, and I am powerful to make this happen. And I will do what I can. I will do what feels good. I will work on it. I will love myself enough to make the right choice. Can you imagine what would happen if you wake up every single day with those thoughts inside your head? Can you imagine what you would achieve in the next 6 months? Can you imagine who you will be at the end of this year when you wake up with those thoughts in your head every single day? How are you going to be different? Are you going to behave differently? Are you going to work differently? Are you going to be a different mom, wife, husband, spouse, dad, daughter, son, friend? Answer those questions. Imagine what will be possible for you. You are a limitless human being, conditioned. You need to unlearn a lot of the rules. So do I. We need to unlearn the rules that are stopping us from believing that we matter, because we do. That's true. That we are powerful, because we are. That's also true. And that we can do anything we truly want, because that's also true. I believe it to the core of my soul. I do. I hope you believe that you are powerful, you matter, you belong, and you can do it. You can absolutely do it. Whatever is on that list, the filtered one, you can do it. And it's the half of the year. It's half time. We have just as much chance than at the beginning of the game. I don't know if you watch sports, but the way the time works inside sports, it's fascinating. We think about time so differently than anyone who plays sports. I think because we think, oh, I only have like 6 months to achieve something. It's not enough. I will wait until the new year comes and then I'll try again, and then nothing will happen. Can you imagine what a football player, and it could be American football especially actually, or football, in the last minute of the game? Are they thinking, like a winner team, are they thinking on their last attack, on the last minute of the game, like, oh, we've only got 1 minute, it's over anyway, we'll try in 4 years or next year, wherever they are. We'll just win the Super Bowl next time we're lucky enough to even play for it. Doesn't matter, it's just a minute. Is that their attitude, you think? Is it? No. I've seen amazing things done, especially in the NFL, in like 60 seconds or 3 minutes. Like, they turn the game around. From losing, they go to equal, and then they go to winning it. And we regular people complain that 3 months, 6 months is not enough to change our life. 60 seconds in the right setting is enough to change your life. I would like to you just contemplate what would be possible if you would start to experience time differently, and don't judge it. Don't judge it like, oh, there's not enough time. How do you know? Maybe it is. You could always be like, let me just try. I think a super successful sports person wins in the mental game, because the last 30 seconds of the game, they're not nervous that it ends in 30 seconds. They're not nervous in their head of like, oh, there's not enough time, we're losing, there's not enough time. They're like, there's a whole minute. This is what I imagine is in their head, like, the game just started, blank canvas, I want to score. Do you feel the difference? Oh, it's just 30 seconds, everything depends on it, quickly, I need to score, versus it's a new minute, it's a blank canvas, I want to score. This kind of feeling is the difference between giving your power away to circumstances and blaming everyone else, versus taking responsibility, taking your power back, and knowing, believing, trusting that you can do this. Because these ideas that you have didn't just drop into your mind by accident. They are there for a reason. You have what it takes. You belong. You matter. You are worthy. You are worthy because you are worthy. Period. It's not an argument. Your wins and your failures do not matter when it comes to your worth. You're worthy because you're a human being. You are worthy of kindness, abundance, generosity, worthy of love. Oh, yes, you are. Worthy of everything you dream of. Everything. Just because you're here. And the universe dropped those ideas into your head so that you can go and make them happen. And imagine if you keep with this work and in the next 6 months you wake up every morning thinking these thoughts: I'm worthy, I matter, I belong, I have these ideas for a reason, I'm going to make them happen. Stop procrastinating. I love myself enough to make the right decisions. Then you wake up on the 1st of January having achieved a lot. I know that you will achieve a lot if you keep with this work and you live by it and you embody it. The embodiment of this work is way more important than you sitting here listening to me. You need to embody this and live by this. And then you wake up on the 1st of January. Imagine the kind of goals you would be setting yourself, having known how much you've achieved in the last 6 months. You are a limitless human being. And if you live by this work, if you embody this, you will feel that limitlessness inside you. And you wake up on the 1st of January and we are doing an unbusy year and you're like, I'm on fire. And you will be making plans differently. Because when you plan and you achieve and you feel all the feelings that come with that, you feel the ups, the downs, the struggles, the good days, the bad days, everything that leads up to actually achieving or even partially achieving something. And you love yourself and you give yourself credit instead of just beating you up. If you start to see the value, the beauty in the process of getting there, not just the prize at the end, that changes you into the kind of person who plans differently. You will change your mind about what you want to achieve, and I can guarantee that you will focus more on feeling things than having things, and you will also appreciate more that kind of like process and journey and the little everyday things. I'm going to share this. One of my biggest goals this year was this. Every single month, every single new moon, this is what I was wishing for. And every single full moon, this is what I was working with to see what I need to let go of. My goal was from the 1st of January this year to fall in love with my life exactly as it is today. Not wanting to constantly change it. Not wanting to constantly have it better or different or easier. Love it. Love that I have 3 children who are often very tired or sick or whatever. There's always something. Love it. Love the noise in my house. Love that every single day I have the same exact routine. Love how boring it is. Love how safe it is. Just Love the 30 seconds of silence at the dinner table that I get all day when they are very hungry and they're finally starting to eat. Love all of it. Love it when I get to cuddle them because they cry. Love it when we celebrate a moment together. Like, there's so many things that you can complain about when you're a mom. So many things. How about I focus on my blessings? How about I focus that I'm blessed with 3 gorgeous souls that I'm privileged to look after? And again, it's no accident that I am their mother. They chose me. They wanted this experience. I'm doing my best. Otherwise, they would not be here. Not with me. They would be with someone else. I choose to see the good. I choose to appreciate. I choose to be grateful that this whole life of mine even exists, because I wanted this. I wanted a big family. I have it now. So enjoy. How? Well, fall in love with your life as it is today. And the magical thing about this is that I don't think there was a person on the planet that complained more about laundry than I did in the last month of 2023. It was taking its toll on me like nothing else. Every single day I would tell myself I will be finished with the laundry today, only to obviously have another pile the next day or in 2 days. It's not finished. I had to change the narrative in my head. So now laundry doesn't even pop into my mind. And I paid attention to this because previously this was a daily struggle for me. Now the laundry gets done. It doesn't own my life. It doesn't own my thoughts. I am not giving my power away to a tiny little circumstance in my life that happens to be a lot of laundry. I'm not giving my power away. I won't allow this thing to make me feel miserable every day. It doesn't make sense. It's not worth it. I still do it. I thought about outsourcing it, but that just feels ridiculous to me. I don't want someone to come here with a car and pick it up and take it away and then wash it with whatever in whatever machine and then touch all of it and take it. It's not clean to me. Like, people somewhere touching all the pieces of my clothing, like, that's not clean anymore. So that did not make sense to me to outsource it. So now I took my power back and the laundry gets done when it needs to get done. But my life is not centered around it. And every time I catch myself being, okay, I will do all of it. I will be finished for the weekend. I'm like, no. I will finish what I wanted to do today, and tomorrow we'll see. Tomorrow we'll see what happens. Every morning I'm like, do I need to do laundry today? Yes, no. Done. If it needs done, I do it. Sort it out. It's done. It's not ruling my life anymore. Very small example, but really, really big in my own life. And that's just one aspect of, obviously, of living my life as it is. There's many different things of it, and many, many different layers. And that's why I set this goal for the whole year, to love my life as it is. Literally, if you would look into my Moonology planner, you would see that every single new moon, it says your most audacious goal for the month. Love my life as it is every day. Love my everyday life. And when you start to love what you have, be grateful, be happy about it, change happens anyway, because you're focusing on the good things, and then you get more of it. You see the beauty, you suddenly see so much more of it. It just escalates. Like when you want a red car, your subconscious takes like, oh, you're interested in red cars, I will show you more red cars. Okay, your subconscious is a bit like Facebook. If you like something, it will start showing you more of it. I know that's a ridiculous comparison, but it is like that. Or Facebook is like your subconscious, probably. I don't know. But if you want to buy a red car, suddenly you see red cars everywhere. And if I tell you, do not think about a pink elephant, what are you thinking about? Yes, a pink elephant. Because also your subconscious mind and your mind does not understand negation. So always affirm positively what you want. Don't say, I don't want to be broke. Say, I want to be wealthy. Because all that it gets from I don't want to be broke is broke, 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 broke. You can say, I don't want to be wealthy. You would only pick up wealthy from that sentence as well. So it's a funny thing, but the more you train yourself to be grateful, to look for the good, to appreciate what you already have, to see the beauty in your own life, to let your joy ruin your sadness. Every time you find something, like just let yourself feel your feelings and let your joy ruin your sadness as many times as you can, not the other way around. And know that all the feelings are temporary. If you feel good today, that's fine. But maybe, tomorrow you will have like a bad morning. But it doesn't have to be a bad day though. Maybe you have bad 5 minutes and then suddenly we turn it into a bad day. Like, stop doing that. Like, notice that, okay, I had a really bad 5 minutes. What can I do? Let me have some water. Let me breathe. Let me listen to like a 3-minute meditation or something to get me back on track. Because this does not have to be a bad day. It just has to be a bad 5 minutes that you will forget about by the end of the day. Like, I forget about laundry now. I don't think about it all day. I don't let it stress me out as much as I used to. Take some time, but you matter. You are worthy. You are chosen by the universe to have your goals and dreams that you have inside your mind, your aspirations. It's yours to nurture and to grow. I believe in you. I wish you can love yourself enough for the rest of the year to make the right choices, to make all of your dreams possible. Thank you so much for being here at halftime with me. I really, really appreciate you more than you will ever know. If you listen to this whole thing, I appreciate you more than you will ever know. Thank you so much. Please let me know how it goes for you. Message me on socials or write me an email or message me inside the app, in the communities. I wish you all the best.